one is coming straight out of Fishers, Indiana. Here's Stephen S.
Hi, my name is Stephen Sexton, and I live in Fishers, Indiana. And I was just calling. Next week, I'm planning on putting down my applications of my second application of Prodiamine, Disease X, and Grub X. And I was just calling to see if it's all right to put all of those down on the same day, just in different applications. The question was about getting them watered in. I know all of them have to be watered in, but I was wondering how much water, and is it something where I need to take a hose and water it in immediately, or is it something that it's all right if it rains in the next day or two, if that'll be fine for watering in? But thanks for all you do. Bye.
All right, Stephen, great questions, man, because I think, you know what, I think this is really important. Again, coming up to the Memorial Day weekend, I think a lot of you're getting out maybe all the rain. We're going to talk about all the rain across this country this year. Holy cow, right? A lot of you have been postponed with doing a lot of this stuff. Doesn't seem like you are, but a lot of people might have been, and so you might be having to catch up and put a lot of stuff down on Memorial Day, not just fertilizer, man. You're having to do, in your case, you're getting your Grub X down, your Grub Preventative, which we've talked about quite a bit. Great timing for that in Fishers, Indiana, as well as you're going to put down your last application of Prodiamine Pre-Emergent. Again, good timing for that because you're coming up soil temperature 70 degrees. And then the other thing you're putting down is your fungicide. So fungicide prevention for things like brown patch in the summer. So you got a lot going on right now. And the question, first of all, is can I put them all down on the same day? And the answer is yes, you can. I mean, it's not that great of an idea to just pound all of that stuff in all in the same day, because everything you put on the lawn, just so you know, mark this down, has an effect on the grass. It may not always be a negative effect, or it may not even always be a visual effect, but it does have an effect. So putting all of that down at the same time is not the best idea. But is it going to hurt? No, your grass is going to be fine. And so in that case, I do want to remind you, though, and I know that Steven's not asking this, but I'm going to say this anyway just because I know a lot of people are asking. He is not mixing all the products in the same hopper together and applying them all in one run and gun. He is going to apply them separately. The reason you do that is because you need to make sure that you're getting it down according to the labeled rate. The reason you can't mix them all in the hopper is because they all go down at a little bit different rate. For example, I'm thinking about the Disease X, the Scott Disease X. I think that goes down at a 2.3 pounds per thousand rate, whereas I know the Prodiamine, we recommend a 3 pounds per thousand rate. Those are also very much different prill sizes, and to get those rates, you're going to have a different spreader setting for each one. When you mix them together, you really have no way to calibrate that and get that out evenly. So what we recommend, and what hard and fast rule, separate applications. All on the same day is fine, but definitely make sure they're separate applications. As far as what order to do them in, it shouldn't really matter. They're all granular here, so you're going to have to walk on top of something. So just go ahead and throw them out, whatever's most logical to you. Now, as far as the watering goes, there are definitely some different watering requirements for each one of these. The Disease X, if you read the bag, has no information about any kind of watering in. I know that because Ben, the lawn guardian, had put down some Disease X, and he actually had to call Scott's and ask them, and he said they were super helpful or whatever. But they did say to get it watered in, and I think if I'm remembering correct, they said a 1/4 inch of water. So we're going to go with that, and that's going to be fine. In most cases, you want these things in the soil so the plant can take them in. Definitely in the case of the Disease X and the Grub X, the plant needs to actually absorb that. In the case of the Prodiamine, no, we just need that to sit in the soil. So every one of them is going to have a little bit watering requirement, and I'm telling you the Disease X has the least amount of watering requirement at 1/4 inch. The next one in the line then that has a watering requirement is the Prodiamine, which is your pre-emergent for crabgrass. This is your second application. And the watering requirement on that one, according to the labels, is 1/2 inch of water. And then the third one you're applying is the Scott's Grub X, which also has a watering requirement. And that has the greatest watering requirement of 1 inch of water. Now, the thing to realize is you don't have to get that 1 inch all in the same day. It can come over a couple days. And in fact, I probably recommend that with the Grub X because 1 inch of water all at one time is quite a bit, and we don't want to cause any pooling or runoff. So probably that one being the most extreme, I would say 1/2 inch over 2 days would be best for the Grub X. I'm kind of taking that what do you call it? Worst case scenario, best case scenario? You guys get what I'm saying? So if I'm worried about the Grub X and getting that 1 inch down, I will by default then get my Disease X and my Prodiamine down. So I recommend if you do have rain coming that you definitely get it started though, Stephen. I wouldn't just let all that sit out there. Again, that's a lot of stuff, that can get washed away if you happen to get a heavy rainstorm. So, the more stuff you have down, the more chances losing some of it. So I would start the watering immediately. I'd get all 3 apps down and I would get that 1/2 inch down on the lawn, get that down, get that started. And then if you want to let rain hit the next half inch to get your grub X in, I think that's probably a good play, but that's how I would run it. You start it, let Mother Nature finish it. Sounds like you got a big Monday cut out for you. I hope you got a little barbecue going on the side over by there while you're moving your sprinklers. If you guys remember, I had an old video from years back where I would talk about moving my manual impact sprinklers, and I would drink a beer, move a sprinkler, drink a beer, move a sprinkler, drink a beer, drink a beer, drink a beer, move a sprinkler. It's like a little rap game you play, and I hope you enjoyed doing that while you're watering all that stuff in. You got a little barbecue smoke in the air over by there in Fishers, Indiana. And as always, my friend, hope for the best.